Hey guys, BJ the Brave back with some more Magic the Gathering Arena for you. It's been a couple of weeks. I've been quite taken up with my other CCG, which is Warpforge, which has basically just had a complete shuffle of how it does its ladder system, which is much more similar to the old Gwent Pro League, if anyone used to play that. So definitely check out Warpforge if you haven't. But I've been really enjoying my journey, relearning Magic the Gathering Arena. It's been really fun dropping in every day, playing a few games, and kind of learning all the new cards and building my collection. My collection's coming on. I actually dropped a bit of money as well, and it's really helped. And yeah, I've been playing quite a variety of sort of discardy-esque type decks recently, and I kind of stumbled on this deck online. I wish I could tell you whose deck it was if I'd given credit. But it kind of like inspired this deck. I made a few changes, and yeah, it's been a lot of fun and it's working quite well. So let me tell you all about it. So first of all, we've got a couple of cut downs and one disfigure. And the main reasons for this is that a lot of people, I realise, play around cut down, and particularly in their deck building itself. Sometimes you can just be sat with this card in hand and it doing nothing. The other thing is you can play cut down and people can buff the card so that it suddenly comes suddenly has a total that's greater than 5, its power and toughness. So I feel like 4 is probably a bit too many at the minute. Obviously, it's brilliant against like mono red and the fast aggro decks, so we still run 2. And disfigure actually is quite interesting because if they do buff you, you can kind of still reduce them by 2. And again, with things like the Rakdos and the Aggro Red, where they have cards that say like when they die, they do the damage again to you. If you've reduced it by -2, then that's actually like 4 less damage coming back. The other thing is you can actually combo these 2 cards. So if you've got like a slightly bigger creature, like a 3/3 or a 3/4, you can obviously hit it with this figure and then play cut down. So now its total stats are under 5. So this is quite good. Maybe even consider having a second disfigure. It's definitely something I'd like to play around with a bit more. We've got a single Shrouded Shepherd. The adventure basically means that creature opponents all get -1 till the end of the turn. Playing against a token deck, that can actually act like a mini AoE and kill several. But it certainly does just again simmer the aggression. And then the actual body is a 2/2. And it says that when Shrouded Shepherd enters, the target creature you control gets +2/2 to the end of the turn. So, for example, you can put that on a bat that's got lifelink, and then that's essentially heal that you're getting for that turn, which is pretty good. Speaking of which, we do run 4. Oh, we run 4 of the Deep Cavern Bat. This is a really cool unit, basically for simply 2 energy. You've got a flying lifelink bat. Most importantly, you can steal something from your opponent's hand. Now, often what I'm finding is eventually they get it back, but it does really slow down what your opponent can do. So these are just a fantastic 2-drop. Similarly, we run 4 Go for the Throats. You could mix up the removals. You could put things like Tithing Blade in there, which essentially allows you to almost double, late in the game to kind of keep using it to remove stuff. We do run a single pest control as well, which says destroy all non-land permanents with a mana value of 1 or less. So what I like about this is that when you're playing like those token decks where they run all these 1-drops but then they buff them and they get really big, things like cut down don't help. Pest control doesn't really matter how big it is, it's just saying was it a mana value 1 or not. If it was, it dies. So it's quite a nice little tech card in there. Now, the main bodies we're looking for are in the 3-drop range, and there's a good reason for that. I'll show you in a minute. But I've got 3 Preacher of Schism, which is what I've got. I've got 2 Gix. Preacher of Schism, if you don't know, is a fantastic card. Really good stats with the 2/4. It's also got Death Touch, and when it attacks, if they're winning and we've got otherwise like less life, it creates a 1/1 vampire with lifelink, which helps us obviously get back in the game and survive. Now, if we're winning, what it basically does is it draws us a card, so we get more and more resources like control deck. Gix is really cool because whenever a creature deals combat damage to one of your opponents, controller, we can basically pay 1 life and then we can draw a card. So it's a draw engine. And that's really good when we've got things like cheeky flyers, like the Deep Cavern Bats and stuff in the deck. Liliana is the Planeswalker that we use in this deck. she can obviously use to discard our opponent's hand, which is great against control, but she can also be more removal. For 2 points, you can basically you can sacrifice an enemy creature, but again, you need to time Liliana when you do that because they get to choose the creature. So you really want to do this when they've just got one big unit on board, for example. Now, Legion of Ashes, I had a really interesting game where this card was just won me the game. Because what it says is exile target non-land permanent and an opponent controls, and all tokens that the player controls are the same name as that permanent. So as you can imagine, I was playing against someone who basically just had like 4 tokens down on the board. I just played this and he just killed them all. It was fantastic. The next card is, again, this came from the person who created the original version of the deck. And I actually went and crafted this because I thought, oh, this sounds interesting. And basically, Atomic Wielder of Law is a flying 2/4 with Vigilance, which I think is really, really good stats for 3, blocking a lot of flyers. Obviously, Vigilance means you can attack, and you don't get tapped, so you can actually still block in the defense phase. It says when an opponent attacks with creatures, if 2 or more of those creatures are attacking you and/or planeswalkers you control, that opponent loses 3 life and you draw a card. That's an amazing ability against like Go Wide. Really, really, really. So I really like this card. It's really interesting. And importantly, it's a 3-drop. And again, we can come back to that. You're going to notice we've got a lot of very powerful 3-drops. And we're not finished there because we also run 3 Zoraline Cosmos Caller. It's a back cleric. Whenever you attack, whenever a back you control attacks, you get 1 life, which is great. But this card, as well as having decent stats, being a flyer, vigilance again, so it can kind of attack and defend, and that 3/3 stat line, it also has a really great late game ability. So in the late game, whenever we attack, we can pay essentially 2 mana and 2 life, and if we do that, then we return a non-land permanent card with a mana value of 3 or less from the graveyard. So all these really powerful 3-drops, essentially we could, put a Prism, Preacher of the Schism, or a Gix back onto the the battlefield with a finality counter on it. So Zoraline's very, very cool. Now, we do run a single Bazer, Bounding Spring. This card's already won me a couple of games. Really great card this is. Like, if you're losing, you just drop this. Such a good mid-range comeback card. It gives you 4 life. And also, it says create a 1/1 bluefish token if your opponent controls more creatures than you. Create 2 1/1 bluefish tokens. So if you're behind on board, you're behind on life, this is just an amazing comeback. This is draw a card if your opponent has more cards in hand than you as well. So it's like in whatever way you're behind, this helps you come back. Fantastic card. Then I've got the Sheoldred. Anyone who's been watching my videos knows, like, this is the first mythic card that I created, and it's just a superb card. It's got Death Touch, great stats. Whenever we draw a card, we gain 2 life. Opponent draws a card, they lose 2 life. Brilliant. Now, where it gets interesting, we have got the Season of Burrow, and we run 2 copies of these. And basically what happens with this card is when you play it, you get to choose 5 paws. And you can put these together in any order that you want. Basically, it has a 1-paw ability, a 2-paw ability, and a 3-paw ability. So you could pick 5 of the 1-paws, for example, or you could pick 3 of the 1-paws and a 2-paw, or a 2-paw and a 3-paw. You get the picture. As long as it adds up to 5, you're all good. So often, for example, what I'll do with this is exile a target opponent unit, and then use the 3-paw to return a target creature with 3 or less from the graveyard. So, and this time it comes back with Indestructible. So again, we can bring Zoraline, we can bring Gix or Preacher back, and it'll actually come back with Indestructible. And basically, effects that say destroy don't destroy a permanent with Indestructible. If it's a creature, it can't be destroyed by damage. So it's really, really, really great, really powerful unit. This is a superb card. Obviously, it costs a lot of energy, so it's a lot of mana, so it's a late game card. Now, we do run the Virtue of the Night, again giving us another Vigilance card, 2/2 token. And then basically in the late game, it says at the beginning of your end step, put a 1/1 counter on each creature that you control. and you can untap those creatures. So essentially, sort of giving everything vigilance. Next up, we have Alkazots and sorry, Aklazots. Deepest Betrayal. Really cool card. It's a bat, so that's important because we've got bat synergy. It's a 4/4 flyer with lifelink, and basically when you kill it, it does say, sorry, for each opponent, when you attack, each opponent discards a card. So that's great. You're making your opponent lose their hand. And if they can't, then you basically draw a card, which is pretty cool. Whenever an opponent discards a land card, you create a 1/1 black bat creature token with flying. Basically, when Alkazots dies, you return it to the battlefield tapped and transformed under its owner control. It kind of goes into this Temple of the Dead, and then you basically just pay energy the next turn to bring it back to life. It's so cool. Such a cool ability. Really, really good finisher card this is. And last but not least, we've got the Virtue of Persistence. So simply 1 mana plus 1 black. So for 2 mana, you get a -3/3 ability, and you gain 2 life. That's pretty powerful for just 2 energy. You can kill a nice like enemy Ix, or something that's got 3 energy, 3 health basically. And then at late game, you get to play the full enchantment, which says at the beginning of your upkeep, put a target creature card from your graveyard into the battlefield under your control. So again, bringing our dead cards back from the graveyard. A really nice kind of like, it's like a mid-range bats kind of graveyard interaction deck. Been working very well. You can see that I've got a mix of lands. I don't have all of the special rares. The Fabled Passage is really good because you can basically sacrifice it and bring a basic land from your deck. So in other words, it thins your deck and it brings out stuff. The Fountain Port's pretty good because apart from giving you 1 life, you can basically create little 1/1 bluefish tokens. And then if you want in the next turn, you can obviously sacrifice those tokens to draw a card. So just giving you more late game stuff. We do have the Shadowy Backstreet, which allows you to surveil, so you can kind of shuffle your deck and get what you need. Got 1 copy of the Concealed Courtyard. I'd probably have more if I could. Really good though. It gives you essentially opportunity to get 2 energy, but you do need to. It does come on tapped unless there's 2 or fewer. And then you've got the Caves of Kolos as well, which also deals 1 damage to us, but it doesn't come on tapped, so it's pretty cool. So yeah, that is the deck, guys, and I'm really enjoying the deck. So let's jump into a few games and see how we get on. Just playing best of 1. I think this deck should do pretty good in best of 3 as well. Let's see how we get on. So now 3 lands, bit of removal. Playing against red. I'm gonna look for this. Activate the ability and look for Swamp. Alright. Ouch. Gonna end turn there. Probably gonna need to use Earth the Throat here. gonna have to kill this. Double strike Altam. Oh. You play this here. He forces the lightning strike on us rather than face. Maybe we do that. Such a shame they're playing around pest control with these two. These all cost 2 rather than 1. This one costs 1. Yep, okay. I think I'm gonna kill that. I don't want anything getting double strike. Probably still lost though. We're all tapped out. The problem is pest control couldn't clear these anyway. Yeah. Oh, look at this, guys. Look at this. That's a 2-drop, that's a 2-drop, that's a 1-drop. I want to kill that though, so really just want to play this. If we play this, get some life, we get some tokens, we're in a good place. Question is though, probably lost it here. Giving the mouse +1/+1, just. Okay. We survive. We survive, and kaboom! Okay, that's huge. Just gonna attack with him. Get a little +1. Oh, boys, are we back in the game? Are we back in the game? This feels so good if we are. So when creature attacks when you're behind, gives you a little +1/1 with lifelink. Yeah, so that's nice to help us continue healing. Yes! There, we got him. We got him. Nice. That was a brilliant game. Great showcase against Aggro. Playing this sort of like mid-range. We managed to stabilize the board. We had the tools. Removal and healing. Cool. Okay. Go again. Okay, let's go again. Playing black. Swamp, so I think we can activate the ability and go for planes here. We're not in a rush, so we'll do level passage again. I think this time we'll get a swamp though. So I think here we're going to play a swamp, and then we're going to play Liliana. I think we're just going to...
Nobody knows Dominaria's shadows like me. You won't be outsmarting me.
I think I'll take the swamp down, you know. Yeah, we both took a swamp down. Okay. So I think we're going to play the bat here. Take a look at the rest of his hand. So the bat shows us the rest of his hand, and then we get to bit. Ooh, very nice. Okay, we definitely want to take this, I think. And we definitely want to discard cards, because he's got two really good cards there.
We all have things we'd rather forget.
So he gets the creature of the schism. So we use a hard removal there. Interesting, that can be used to remove his enchantments. we're going to attack first. Makes sense to make him discard that. Oh wait, let me just check this instant, isn't it? So each player discards a card. I think I'm going to get rid of Cut Down.
Drop it.
Really hurting his mid-range units here. Yeah, he's going to want to play that. The problem he's got is obviously Liliana can be used to kill that. So my turn. I'm going to use this straight away. Make him sacrifice a creature. He's only got one creature, so it will be this.
One of your friends has to leave.
Shadowy Backstreet, which surveils. Do we want a Fountain Pot? Just attack and get the extra health. Go through the throat. Ah. Okay. Now we can make him dispel that with Liliana. So each player discards a card. We'll get rid of Disfigure. He now has to get rid of his big fancy Planeswalker, which is part of a combo piece. And now what we're going to do is play this. Let's just have a look. Yeah, we're going to play this. We're going to go exile, exile, and play a rabbit. So we can exile that, exile. Wait, did I exile the same thing twice? Oh no, I pressed the wrong one. So I should have killed both of them, but I pressed the same one twice. I don't know why it lets you do that, that's crazy. Okay, misplay. Let's block with this rabbit. Keep drawing spells. So let's put the knight down. Use her to so each player discard a card. Liliana's been fantastic.
We all have
in this
things we'd
deck.
rather forget.
So good. As a hero, so he loses a land. Okay. Gonna kill this. I get there eventually. Have to block with this. Yeah, this Restless Cottage is doing work. Also doesn't help that we made misplay, because this is buffing it every time, and we should have killed this. Okay, so now we can get rid of that. Get rid of that. And play discard a card.
I'm tired of your secrets.
Ah. Get this out, did I? Keep Cavalry combat doesn't help. Create a little token. Make him sacrifice a creature, it'll probably be the bat.
I've always hated crowds.
Flesh decays. Metal is eternal. I see you, little pest.
Alright, so he has to sacrifice a creature.
Sacrifices must be made.
Embrace the inevitable.
Oh no. Got Liliana on here. Every time this attacks, it keeps exiling things from the graveyard as well.
I'm not interested in dying today.
That's a problem. Let's play this. See what he's got in his hand. Ah, okay. Fair enough. Oh, can we actually play this? I think we can, right? Or... put a token down. This one can become a 1/4. This would make it a 2/5.
You know nothing of Phyrexia's plans.
Yeah, this is a problem. Although I think we might actually just take that damage. Yeah. I think we take that damage. Let's do this. Gain some life, he takes damage. I actually thought that would be... Yeah, I thought that would... Oh, it gains it at the end, does it? Oh, okay. And then it keeps the counter, so that's interesting. +1 counter from the virtue of royalty it gets to keep. That's really cool.
Gaze into my eyes.
Yeah, we'll take that as well, I think. So this. Can you stop it? Can that block? Oh, I didn't realise it could do that and it would block. Oh, that's annoying then. We could have killed this. We made a couple of big mistakes, didn't we? And we should have killed that last turn. And then we made the mistake on the artifact. I have to just block this time. Both attack there. Okay, that deals 2 damage to him, heals us. Finally we get rid of that, so that's good. Now if he hits us with the Restless Cottage again, we've got Death Touch Vampire, which should be able to deal with that. Got a lot of food there that he can apply that. We haven't got enough for that, have we? No, we haven't got enough for that. Okay, so we just pass. Okay, so I also forgot that I'm fine to attack with all of these anyway, because the Virtue of Loyalty untaps. Beginning of your end step, put 1/1 counter on each creature you control and untap those creatures. So basically they get vigilance, don't they? Oh, he's found the hard removal. Okay, that's a shame. That's a big deal, because now the Restless Cottage trade with this. Ah, that's a nightmare. One, two, three, right. I'm not understanding why I can't really... It says it cost me 3 to do it. 1, 2, and then this one, 3. Why can't I do that? Still not letting me do it, is it? Okay. Not sure. Not sure why it's not letting me do it. I have no choice here. Have to block this. So that is sad. Ah, not good either. Ah. Now he's going to bring out the cottage, so we've got to try and bring this out. Yeah, this has got to trade with this, just to survive, basically. Next turn, so we block here, and then next turn we should be able to kill it with go for the throat, right? That's the plan. That is the plan. Gosh. Here we go. Oh god, did that just get ward? Not an artifact, is it? Oh. Oh, I thought you could make it destructible then. Might just let that through. Yeah, I'm gonna let that through. Oh gosh. I think I've got a... Oh. Sacrifice a token to draw? Or do we just create another one? Problem is, he's got Restless Cottage again, hasn't he? I think we've lost. He just killed both of them next turn anyway, right? Yeah, I think he's got us here, I think. Doesn't really help us. Doesn't really help us. God, that game went deep. Oh, Liliana.
Those who get in my way tend to regret it.
We're done. GG. Wow, that was an intense game. That was an intense game. That one went deep. It was really, really closely balanced. I'm pretty sure we could have won. Good one to go back and watch. Really close game. Yeah, I really enjoyed that game. And kind of showed off the Golgari mid-range and our mid-range quite well, actually. If you're a more experienced Magic player and you're watching, let me know in the comments what you think we could have done better there. We'll get a swamp, I think, here. I think we need to kill this, right? Because when it dies, it deals damage equal to its power. So before it can get buffed, I think we need to kill this now. Ouch. Okay, that's gonna hurt. Oh boy. Oh boy. If we play a blocker here, we don't have the mana up for go for the throat, so I think we're just going to end the turn there. Best thing we could see here is he just attacks, but I don't think he will. Oh yeah, maybe he does. He does. Alright. Okay, so if we want, what we want to do with the bat then, if we need the white energy for bat, let's basically tap this one, and right, let's see. Use the deep cavern bat to reveal his hand and see what he's got. Ooh. Okay, so it's all the stuff that basically gives him. Okay. Well, at least we've got a blocker. It's not really a blocker because this is going to give him trample, I believe. Yeah, it's in trample. So basically, if we block with this, it still does 7 damage, doesn't it? We'd have to block with both of them. Get on to 1. Oh, we didn't need to block with both of them. I just realised. Yeah, we didn't need to block with both of them. That was my mistake. Okay, we play this, right? Right, let's have a look on here. Exile that, definitely. Do we want to create rabbits? No, let's just have it. You back? No. Take that. Doesn't have any units. Man, is there actually a way back into this? Oh, he's found a unit. Okay. He's found a unit. Okay, so we need to play this first. Okay. Yep. That's what you got again. Steal something from his hand. Man, we messed up when we did the double block with the bats, but I forgot about the fact he's got lifelink. You actually need to block with both of them. Ugh. It's 2. Okay. Play that then. Okay. That, get a little bit of health. Is it enough though? Well, what's he got in his hand? Equip with this. Oh, he has got trample, hasn't he? Oh. So if we block with this, and then this one. Maybe we do it. Maybe. Heal, and we kill his unit. Get another back. Yes, steal that. Attack. Gain some life. You gain double life, right? Whenever your bat you control attacks, you gain 1 life. This doesn't give him trample, does it? Oh. Okay, so now everything can attack, right? Because if I'm doing this right, so we all heal, and then this should make them untap. Yeah, gives them +1 and untap, so we can defend. Alright, Bane Split, there it is. Sure. So we exile. So we choose 2 paws to exile, and then we're going to create 1, 2, 3 rabbits. Exile that. Please. Back with everything. Gives us the plus life from Zorel for bats attacking, and that will give +1 and untap. Beautiful! We got him! We got him, boys! I love this deck. This is so much fun, man. So much fun. So even in the second game that we lost there's definitely like lessons that we can learn. It was a really, really close game, and actually, it could have gone either way. Let's be honest, it could have gone either way. So there we go, boys. You know, that last game you really saw us like stabilize with the life gain. And also we saw the kind of go wide stratagem and the options that you can get from seizing the burrow, and how the virtual, not the virtual loyalty, what was the one that gave us the +1? Guard Intrepid, was it? No. Yeah, it was the virtual loyalty. The one that allows you to attack and then kind of untaps your creatures and gives you +1. So there's kind of like so many ways in which you can kind of unfold it with this deck. I really think we could have kind of won that second game. I wouldn't mind going back and really studying that. But yeah, that's the deck, guys. I hope you enjoyed that. I continue learning. Let me know in the comments if you're a more experienced player, if there's anything you think I could have done better. And if you're like me, if you've come from Warpforge or Runeterra and you're new to the game, I hope these videos are helping you to learn along with me. So thank you so much for watching, guys. Really appreciate it. If you want to hit that thumbs up below, leave me a like, much appreciated. And subscribe to the channel for much more Magic coming and Warpforge content as well. Alright guys, I'll see you in the next one. Take it easy.